What's happening, party people? In this video, I installed a Mangoal dash cam, front and rear camera in our 2012 S60. This camera is really nice, integrated in the car. The only thing that it doesn't have is a screen for the backup camera, but it has a way that your phone connects to the camera as soon as you get in the car and start it, and you can pull up that backup camera activity on your phone. It's kind of a straightforward installation. It looks like a OEM seamless camera install. Really nice. I really believe in having cameras running while you're driving, and this one seems to be one of the best looking cameras I've installed. Like I said, other than two things. One, it doesn't have a display screen on it because it's like integrated in the car, and it doesn't have a way to quickly lock a file. Most attaching dash cams that you install, you can reach up and push a button on them and lock a file, and later on view that file, pull it off of the memory card or something like that. But this one, you can't lock that file instantly. You need to safely pull over, pull that file up on your app on your phone, download it or lock it then, and then continue driving. Now, it came with a 128 gigabyte memory card, and it records 4K. You could lower that recording quality to like 2K, which is something like 1440p or 720. However, if you lower that quality too much, you won't get detailed information like license plates. It'll be harder to read those. So if you leave that thing set on 4K, your memory card will probably record maybe 5 or 6 hours before it starts recording over the older files. So these cameras work, you're recording and it's constantly recording 2 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute clips, however you set that up in your app. And then once it fills the memory card, it goes and starts recording over the first one, which is, nice feature because you never have to stop and make sure the card is recorded. However, if you're on a long journey, like I often do, I take long journeys in excess of 4 hours, probably twice a week. It'll record over the earlier or later older video clips. So if there's some footage I want for some purpose later, I need to get that off of there. And on the inexpensive, stick on your windshield type dash cams, you can just reach up, push a button, lock that file. And on this one, I would need to pull over or have a passenger pull that up on my phone while I'm driving and have them lock that file and then hand me my phone back. Of course, you shouldn't be dilly-dallying around with your phone while you're driving, especially not trying to find a file in a dash cam memory card to lock that thing down. So that's that. Other than that, man, this thing looked factory. It seems to be working well. Now in this video, I don't have footage of the recordings, but I'm going to make another video that will hopefully show you how to install an app, which is very easy, and show you some footage front and rear. I might put some camera footage on here. I think I do have some, but anyway, I just wanted you to know that, hey, this is very nice dash cam. They have a universal one that goes in older vehicles, and they have some of these custom mounting ones that go in the newer cars. And man, it looks like the factory put these things in. So hope you enjoy it. And if for some reason you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment area below. And if you need to contact me for something else, there's information at the end of the video that helps you contact me directly. Call, text, email, that kind of thing. So I appreciate you watching. I appreciate your support. do give a thumbs up, and I hope you enjoy the video. Most of you all know I'm all about dash cams. Man, record everything, front and back. And this company contacted me and told me that they had dash cams for newer vehicles. I told them, hey, man, there's a lot of people that love their older vehicle. So I got a universal one that I'm going to put in one of my wagons. I might just put it in there to test. And I got one that's supposed to be a fit for the P3 S60. So I guess they printed that label specific for me. So we're going to see how these things look, see the differences. And I'm definitely going to throw this one in the S60 ASAP. This thing came straight out of China. I got a tracking number on, I think, the 4th of July. And it arrived on the 14th of July. So that was a 10-day shipping. It came wrapped up, shrink wrap, and then the box slides out, push it through. Looks like I got it upside down, so I might have put it in upside down, though. I'll check the other one. And we lift the box up. Voila. We got zip ties, instructions. This thing even syncs to your cell phone. Cutting edge stuff. Records in 4K, has Wi-Fi connection. Man, I'm going to read this and give you guys a report on it. There we are there. The only thing I seen that I didn't think I liked about it is they power it from your OBD2 port. I imagine you can get an adapter and power that some other way. But they even got a trim tool in there to tuck the cord in your trim. So let's look at the instructions, or let me look at the instructions and get back with you guys. So out the box, I got the camera, and I seen the mount for the camera. Oh, here's the mount for the camera. You stick this to the glass, and then you snap the camera in it. And the camera faces that way, the cords come out the back. This is the power cord that goes to your OBD2 connector. Here's an extension cable for your rear camera and your rear camera. And it's got a note on here to make sure your rear camera is not upside down before you affix it to where you're going to tape it to. And a trim tool to push your wire through. It even came with a 128 gigabyte video card. And that's awesome. Let me read some instructions. That QR code is an app you could download, and that app has a Wi-Fi connection, and that Wi-Fi connection is primarily used to transfer files from the camera to your phone, so you don't have to pull out the memory card. These first couple of pages was about connecting the Wi-Fi. One thing I noticed on the camera, there's not a monitor, so you have to monitor it with your phone. But it has all these features. Video rotate, time-lapse parking mode, ultra high definition, wide angle viewing area, and it's got a lock. So the rest of it's kind of standard, except for the time-lapse parking mode. That's going to be interesting. One of the notes is kind of disturbing because, man, it's very frequent that this car will be left where the temperatures exceed 140 degrees Fahrenheit, especially in warm places south of Interstate 40, Las Vegas, places like that. The startup guide tells you need to format the card. There is a couple of buttons on the camera that will allow you to do that once you have it hooked up in the car. It also says that you could see how to hide your cord with some YouTube videos. And you need to download this app here, SkyCam, and follow the prompts. One thing I read I didn't notice with the last camera I installed that I do have problems with is both of these cameras should be installed inside. I installed one of mine outside near the license plate thing, and it gets wet and it goes offline. So if it's installed inside the car, I wouldn't have this problem. After going through the instruction manual, I learned that the only way to lock a file is to pull over, open up your app, view the file you want to lock, and then hit a lock button on your phone screen. And you can also download that off of the card in the camera to your phone. Be aware of that. Otherwise, files will automatically be locked if the card experiences some kind of accident. But they say don't rely on that. Get your files off of there as soon as possible so they don't accidentally be erased in case the G-force sensors didn't lock the file for you. The camera for the S60 is quite different. It doesn't have a Windows sticker mount. It just has this. And from what I'm imagining, you would pull down the current cover from the car and stick this up there and lock this in where the current cover is. So you take the current cover off and you put this camera on. Then it has a different power connection. You can either connect it using power that's drawn from your auto dimming mirror, or you can connect it with a different type of connector, but one or the other will plug into your car. So we'll discover that when we go down to the car to connect this. And other than that, powering it and attaching it to the windshield are the only two differences I see in the camera system. Well, folks, I am here at our S60 to see if this camera is going to fit in our vehicle. And man, we have a lot of camera action going on here, OEM. I don't think this camera is going to fit because this thing looks twice as wide as what we got. So let's go in here and see if we can get it to fit. So I took several photos of this and sent it to them, and somehow we came back with this. And let me tell you something. I don't think this is going to work, but let's go ahead and undo this with the trim piece they gave us. Undo this and see if this fits under there somehow. That will be incredibly awesome. You take the supplied trim clip remover and you get it in the edge of that, and boom, I wedged it. I felt that pop down. I'm gonna do that on the other side as well. All right, I felt it pop down. So let's see if we can get this to drop down a little more. Come all the way out of here. Oh, it's got both pieces. I'm gonna have to unlatch it from the mirror piece because that stuck too. Let me try to move that around, see what happens. I pulled down on it a little bit harder, kind of muscling it down a little bit, and it did pop loose. This piece right here is just kind of resting up there. So now when I look at this, it looks like my piece may attach outside of here. So let me try to release this inner piece here, and that may put my camera under that other camera, which would work. So this is what's here, and this is what I gotta attach in there. It looks like we're gonna be good to go. I'm pulling down on it while pushing in on the tabs there. Let me do these last two and remove this. So this is the piece that was in the car, and this is the camera that's going to replace that. So let me see if this will snap into this. I'm having a little bit of a hard time locking the camera in the hair. And when I look at these tabs, the tabs on the piece that was on the car is a little bit different than the tabs on the camera. I'm not sure if that's a problem, but as long as this is not too wide, I should be good to go. So let me set them on top of each other, see if one's wider than the other. All right, it looks like the one on the car is slightly wider, so I should be good to go. Now, it looks like the catching tab is a little higher on the card than it is here. So that may be an issue. And it seems like the centerpiece there is a little bit narrower than the centerpiece here. That may be an issue. Let me look at it a little bit closer one more time. I'm struggling getting this in here, mainly because this piece here is twice as thick as the one that's actually on the card. Let me grab it so you can see it. See how thin that one is compared to the one that is on the camera? Here you can see the side-by-side cutaway of how thick the tabs are. I could either open up this slot a little bit, which looks big enough to take the new pieces, but I'm struggling trying to get it in. I was able to get one side in, couldn't quite get the other side in, and it is thicker. These two pieces is thicker. I shaved just a little bit of that tip off. I mean a little bit. Both of those sides, and I got them to go in place. Then the back side, toward the back of the car, closer to the mirror, went in easier. But I had to be careful to align them because I bent one of the pins on it, but I was able to straighten it out, get in. So that looks locked in really good. Oh, I believe that's my auto dim in there. And it's got multiple wires coming in and out of it, like this one does. It's got 3 wires. That's a 2-wire plug. That's a 3-wire plug. So I'm gonna unplug that one and put this in the loop of that. And then this other wire goes to my reverse camera. And then I'm gonna put this up there and latch it back in place. So to get this plug out, you push in on this tab and pull it down like that. So now I'm going to plug that in to here and plug this in to there. Do 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 do. And this will power my camera. There it is. That plastic piece fell down, so I need to go grab that. Now I plugged this cord in to here. Plug this into here. I have to be careful to tuck these wires in a way that they don't interfere with any of my other camera action there. So be careful not to do that. So you got a camera up there and these other sensors. So don't get in the way of that camera, none of your cords. And I have to run the reverse camera cord up into the headliner and pull it across. I'm gonna pull it across the passenger side. Well, I was trying to pop the camera in. I popped that guide out, so I need to pop that back in place. That'll protect my wires from getting in the way of that camera. So I massaged this piece up in here, and while I was doing so, I popped out that back clip. So I need to reach my finger in there and pop that back in, because that has got to be latched in there for it to look good. And then I gotta maneuver this piece in on the back, keeping the reverse camera thing out so I can do that. So let me try to snap that back in place. If not, I'm gonna have to pull that back down. I tilted the rear view mirror down, stuck my finger up there as best I could, pushed that back up there and did get it snapped in place. So that's good to go. Next thing I'm gonna do is put the memory card in there, but I tilted the mirror down. Now I gotta snap this in place to totally secure that stuff up there. And again, I got my rear view camera over here that I'm gonna hook up and run the wire back that way. And I'm gonna attach it to the window close to in the middle and face it backwards. But I'm gonna check it before I totally glue it to the window, because they said make sure it's not upside down. That piece slid up there and locked in so easy. It's a crying shame. I didn't know it was gonna be that easy. Look at that fit. This is the camera for you driving now, and all that other stuff was already there. So basically all you did was pull this down, pop this off, pop that in. But like I said, those front two tabs was a little thick to press in there. That might not be the case with yours. All right, we are good to go, and I hooked up the power. Let me plug in the memory card and run this camera to the back, and then I'm going to download the app and fire it up and reformat the memory card. All right, so one of these buttons was the power and was the camera. The front was the camera. They say if you hold that in for 10 seconds, it'll reformat your memory card. But I'm gonna do that once I turn the car on. There's a picture of how the memory card should go in. So let me go ahead and slide that in place. You can probably put the card in before you install the camera. And push it in till it clicks. You're gonna need something to do that unless you have a long fingernail. I haven't got it to click yet. Oh, I got it with my fingernail. Clicked in place. Let me run this rear camera. Tuck the wire. I'm going along the roof line, and I'm right here. I'm about to go from there, tuck it in through there, come across here, and come out the middle. I'm gonna take this loose right here. That'll let me pull the material down a little bit so that I can get this stuff the way I want it run up in there. And I'm gonna curl a wire up here and have the camera come out right here in the back in the center. I have the camera taped to the back glass so I can see the orientation of it. And I'm gonna put that plug back once I get all of the cord up in this part of the headliner. And I gotta make sure I don't get none of the cord in the way of that high mount brake light. As you can see right now, I have the cord in the way of the brake light, and I don't want that. So I gotta be careful routing that around that. You could actually take more of those clips out, hang that headliner down, make sure you secure the cord where you want it before you finish it there. You could also put it off to the side, but you get a better view with it in the middle. I don't have the QR code with me, so I'm gonna go to the app store and download the app and then turn the car on and hook up the Wi-Fi. The app is called SKYCAMM, Skycam. It downloaded real fast. I'm gonna go ahead and hit open, then I'm gonna turn the car on. I'm hooked up, but I forgot to take the film off of both of my cameras. So let me take the film off of the cameras, and then I'll be able to take a couple of screenshots for you. Both my cameras are working. I took the film off of them, so I'm gonna go ahead and permanently mount that rear camera and tuck that cord away, and I'll be all done. Every time we start the car, it'll start recording. I'm gonna go ahead and save this initial file. Everything seems to be going well. I did not see how to set date and time, but I did download a file. So I'm gonna see if that has the correct date and time on it. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. It's getting dark out. Just a little recap. Anytime the car is running, the camera is running, it'll tell you recording in progress, and that blue light will flash. If you push this front button one time and let it go, it takes a snapshot. If you hold down this back button, it'll reformat the card. If you just push it one time and let it go, it'll pause recording. As you can see, the light is steady. Push it again, let it go, it starts recording again. The blue light flashes. Here I opened up the app so you can see some things going on. This is what it looks like when you first open up the app and it is connected. You see the front view camera. You could click the button in the corner and go to the rear view camera. If you flip the camera on its side landscape, you can see the landscape view. Then click the reverse camera button. You can see the rear view. Here is a button that shows you the different settings. When you click the pause recording, you go to this screen that shows you a lot of the files there. F stands for front, B stands for back. Then you can select a file there and download it to your phone. Here I have a few files selected, 7 or 8. Then I click download. This is what it looks like when it's downloading. When you have a full-size file front view 2K, it downloads in about a minute. The rear view downloads in about 30 seconds. Now, if you tell it to take a picture and you go look at the files to look at the picture, it'll look like that until you download it. Then you'll get the view of the downloaded view of that camera. Several things you could do in there. I have our front camera set to 2K. With that, it recorded about 800 files. Now, I don't think those files are true size, because if you shut the car off in the middle of a recording, you're going to have a short file instead of a full 2-minute. We have our file looping set to 2-minute clips. So I hope this makes sense. Here's a couple of videos to show you how it looks while you're driving along. It's a pretty good quality front and then rear. If you want to get a dash cam and you can afford to step up and get a class 1 quality dash cam, I think this is your ticket. It looks awesome installed in the car. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you need to contact me, watch my exit clip, and hope you have a great day. If you made it this far, I trust that you found some information that was either useful or entertaining, so go ahead and hit the like button. And if you would like notification of future videos that I post, please subscribe to the channel. I appreciate your support. You can follow me on other social media apps by looking for @RobertDIY. Some form of that should bring up the other channels that I have on places like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and so forth. If for some reason you need some more personal help, go to my website at robertdiy.com and use the phone number that I have posted there to send me a text message, or you can email me. If you have questions or comments, please make a comment below. And if you'd like to make some kind of financial contribution to what I got going on here, go to my channel and hit the more link at the end of the introduction statement, and it'll show you different ways that you can support me financially. Again, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day.